Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So you're probably watching this from clicking the title, or you're on the fence, about to spend money on paid ads and not sure which platform's best for you, whether it's going to be Google or whether it's going to be Meta. In this video, I'm going to be breaking it all down from costs, real targeting and examples. Then you can decide to choose which platform is best for your business. Let's start with the basics. What are these platforms? How they actually work? So for Google Ads, it's an intent-based search, basically meaning someone's physically gone onto Google, searched for that search term to then find the results that are appearing online. Some of the searches could be things like emergency electrician near me, or roofers in a set location, or best CRM software to use, and so on. Meta ads, however, is slightly different. You don't actively search for the service. It's more of an interruption-based ad, where it just pops up when you're on your actual screen scrolling through videos or posts. But your ad will be shown to people whose behavior and interests are similar to what your ad is about. Now I've gone through the overview of both platforms, let's go through the targeting. This is where it actually really makes a big difference. Google gives you incredible control if you know who you exactly want to target. There's 5 key areas that they actually help you with on targeting. One is your keyword targeting. You simply get to choose what people are searching for. Secondly, location targeting. So you can choose the locations you want your ad to be shown in. Thirdly, schedule targeting. So you can choose a time of day you want it to be shown, or even on set specific days, such as weekends only, or a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, or just Monday to Friday only. Device targeting. So you can choose whether you want to show your ad just on mobile devices or tablets or computers. Now, for example, if you're selling a trial software, you might only want to show your ad out on a desktop. Whereas if you're looking to sell e-commerce products or a service provider, you might be happy for it to be shown on mobiles and desktops, but not on a tablet, for example. And lastly, remarketing, which is basically people who have seen the ad, not done anything with the ad itself or on your website or taken an action, and you remarket to them again. So the main 5 key areas that you can use just on Google Ads alone. So it works great if you know who you're targeting for, or even if you're looking to just generate quality leads to come through for your business or make sales through products. Whereas in Meta ads, it's completely different. Whereas in Meta ads, it's more creative and you can really build out your audiences. For example, you can have interest-based targeting. So if somebody likes fitness, or they're into business, or they're into finance and so on, you can target towards their interests. You can target towards the demographics, so the age, the gender, job title, relationship status. You can target towards lookalike audiences. So if you have your own email list of data of clients, you can actually upload that straight into Meta, and then you can have lookalike audiences. Fourth, you've got custom audiences, so targeting people who are already following your business or from your actual website. And then lastly, you've also got remarketing. This works great with warm audiences. So someone who's potentially already interacted, but not taken full action that you'd like them to take. So the remarketing here would actually work perfect. And this works great for visually led businesses, so like gyms, coaches, e-commerce businesses, and even creators. Now, if you're wondering, well, which one's going to give you more value for your money, let's break it down. So if we're tracking 3 metrics, one being an average CPC, the other one being an average CPM, and a conversion rate for Google Ads and Meta ads, the average CPC through Google Ads could be anywhere from £1 to £6 or more. If it's a emergency service, we've historically seen that keyword go up higher, even to £10 per click. Whereas on Meta ads, it can be anywhere from 30p all the way around the £1.50 mark. Now the average CPM, which is a cost per 1,000 impressions. Now for Google Ads would be measured through things like such as display ads, so on YouTube and so on. And with Meta, obviously, it's how many times that ad pops up. So the cost difference here again, Google is normally around £2 on average and can go up to £8 or more. And then Meta again, it's from £3 to around £6. Whereas the conversion rates, which is where the real magic is, on Google you would see a higher conversion rate compared to Meta. And the reason for that is because the intent is always higher on Google, because people are actually actively searching for the service. So on Google, it's around 3% to 7%. And then on Meta, it could be anywhere from 1% to 3%. Now, numbers I've shown are obviously rough estimates from client accounts that we've managed. In some industries, it could be lower. Some other industries, it could be higher as well. But across an average, you'll end up seeing Google Ads being more expensive per click, but the buying intent is much higher. because they're ready to take action. Whereas Meta ads are cheaper to run, but they're great for building awareness and generating inquiries in still. Whereas on Google, you might not need as many touch points for it to convert. So a prime example would be, we have a client that we work with as a taxi company. We're currently managing their Google Ads account. Previously, it was somebody else managing the ads. For this client, we wouldn't suggest moving over to Meta ads, even though they would get more impressions and maybe even more poor quality inquiries. The ones on Google are a lot more of a higher intent. Therefore, we've stuck with Google Ads. And over the past 28 days since we've been working on the ad campaigns, we've increased the main metrics. And since we've been working on the campaigns, you can see on the screen the metrics that we've improved on. They've had more impressions by over 100%. They've had their clicks improved by over 130%. Their average cost per click has slightly increased by 3%. Their click-through rate, meaning the amount of times people have clicked on the actual ad, has increased by 8%. However, their conversions have also increased by over 140%. And we've increased their search impression share, which basically means the number of times the ad was shown against competitors, by over 50% as well. And if you're still unsure on what platform to use for your marketing, here's what we would normally go down as a breakdown for our clients when we're speaking to them. If you have a great offer or a creative funnel, or you're trying to build a brand, or you sell products, or a visual service, then you can definitely use Meta, bearing in mind the inquiries might be of a lower quality and they need qualifying a bit more in detail in order to make sure you're getting decent calls coming through. Whereas if you're looking to generate more leads with a higher search intent and your customers are actively searching for them services, then definitely using Google Ads, it's a no-brainer. And if you're thinking, well, none of these work for me, I'm sure your competitors are still using them and they're still being displayed. So clearly, either your ads are no good, or the landing pages are no good, or your competitors are just better at their job. And if you're thinking, well, ads are not working for me or my business, I'm pretty confident your competitors are probably using them within your industry, which simply means either your ads are not created correctly, or the landing pages are very poor for conversions, or your ads are just not being managed correctly. If you'd like us to help manage your ads, if you'd like us to do a complete audit on your ads, simply get in touch. We'd be more than happy to help. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.